Is that it?
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Mr. Fred and Friends. I'm your host, Fred Schultz, along with my co-host, Freddy Valente, a.k.a. Freddy the Ref.
That's not Freddy the Chef or Freddy the Elf.
Or as Steve McGuire calls him, Freddy Bread.
Oh, God.
Freddy Bread.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
And there's a reason for it, but I won't bring it up. Anyhow, boy, you guys are going to want to stick with us tonight. We've got a hell of a lineup tonight. A hell of a lineup. And we've got a couple guys on, going to be on the second half of the show that I've known one of them his entire life. And by
the way, I'm really sorry about that.
No, I've known him for a long, long time, and he's a heck of a friend. And they've got a heck of an operation, too. They have got one of the coolest, I'll let it out of the bag, air systems out there, I think. What do you think?
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. That's right. We're having none other than Mr. Dan and Mr. John Colby on later on. So you guys are going to want to hang around and definitely throw a comment here and there at them guys.
I'm wondering if we should add Mr. Steven on just to rub it in his nose.
Oh, I wouldn't rub it in his nose. I mean, we could bring it up. I mean,
no, I would.
And it's not like he's been trying for a long time. He's only been trying over a year.
I know.
Come on, yeah. Did I say that? That did sound kind of snotty.
But you see all his bread comments.
Yeah.
You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, what he's talking about, everybody out there. Steve McGuire keeps teasing my little buddy. I asked him to stop it. Maybe he didn't hear me because maybe I forgot to say it.
Yeah.
But anyhow, he's teasing Freddy bad, real bad. So we're having Dan and John on tonight, and the way I understand it, Steve's been trying for quite a while to get him on.
For about 10 years, he's been trying.
No, I was told 8, so I think you're exaggerating. So anyhow, it's been a long, long time. I'm going to give my normal shout-outs like I always do, though. We start with Mr. Tim Schloss. Tim has his field there in St. Louis, and actually has been doing pretty damn good lately, the way I understand it. Yep, 10 minutes from the airport. You get a chance, man. There's not a lot of fuels 10 minutes from the airport. You want to go check that out because Tim's a heck of a guy. Like I say, there's 2 guys in the industry that I always talk about that I consider just like family. One's Tim Schloss and the other one's Dan Colby. Now, I usually mention Dan the second time out, but I've already mentioned Dan. So Dan got the top billing tonight, and we're going to drag him and his son out later on. And we're going to have a good time with them. You're gonna meet 2 really great guys, and some of the stories I got to tell you, some of the stories Danny and I would have, we can't even tell you.
I was just gonna say,
it just sucks. Yeah. And I also want to give a shout out to Mr. Tom K, obviously Mr. Bud Orr. I don't even know if Bud's on the road now. I know he was on the road last week because he chimed in on the show, and he was actually at William Bailey's house, and they were having a barbecue, and then they sent me a picture. William got my jacket, my team jacket for the museum that he takes around, and Fred actually sent me a picture with it on him. Come on, you want to whine about it?
No, because I tried on everything, including the tuxedo. So. So William Bailey said the reason why Dan hasn't been on Steve's show is because Canadians are not allowed to cuss, so Dan can't be on his show.
That'll work. Well, and Bud is home now. It just popped up and said Bud's at home now. So Bud, if you're out there and you're watching, buddy, we love you, and I'm glad you made it home okay, because I know about you had a few snags on your trip, and I'm just glad you made it home okay. Really, really am. Also want to give a shout out to Jerry Braun, my buddy Jim Lively, and some of my new guys here, Mr. Robert Brandon.
As a matter of fact, as soon as you said that, he popped up. Hey, Robert, how you doing, buddy?
Right on. Yeah, Robert watches us religiously, and he's just a heck of a guy. He can't say enough about him. He's one of my new friends. You see the Mr. Fred and Friends, I got a lot of the old friends, got a lot of the new friends, and he's one of the new ones, him and Sam Wyrick.
You got it right this time.
I've been practicing.
Yeah,
He's those are 2 just really, really terrific people. If you ever get a chance, the PBSL and the
NorCal Pumpkins Union.
There you go. Anyhow, yeah, these guys, they're just two terrific people, and they're really, really good for paintball, don't you think?
Yes, I do.
And I'm going to give a shout out to Kathy Alvarez. We were at the big game, I'll call it, I guess, the last game.
Yep, the West Coast Adventure Park.
Yep. And West Coast Adventure Park is still going to be there, just in a different location. And anyhow, we were there, and Kathy ran around, and she just took care of us great. She's just a heck of a girl. And anyhow, she's been sick for the past couple of days. And so has Freddy.
Yeah, but
So if people are wondering why he looks like crap,
Thanks.
I'm trying to help you. So the people think that you don't, Anyhow.
I have gout, okay? I get gout a lot lately. So I'm dealing with gout right now. So.
But he's smiling. This is the first time we've seen a guy smile in 2 days.
Yeah.
2 days.
It's the first time I've been out of bed in 2 days.
Yeah, that's true, too. Yes, you're not getting dizzy sitting up, are you?
No, not yet.
Okay, all right. All right. Well, another thing really quick I want to bring up. First of all, Dave Cook and all the Ironmen, the Weiss, I want to say hi to all those guys like I always do. And all the Constant Pursuit players.
Yes.
You guys have been sending a lot of pictures. I've been seeing a lot of pictures pop up on the internet of the old Constant Pursuit teams. And I got to tell you, they're just terrific. I have a lot of pictures, but some of them I've seen pop up, I just don't have. And it's just very, very well appreciated. Just cool as hell seeing some of them. I got to tell you, I just absolutely love it. Well, tonight, we got a pretty good show.
Yes, we do.
We're going to have on, in just a little while, we're going to have on Mr. Rick Bailey, not to be confused with William Bailey.
But we will have William Bailey.
Or Bill Bailey.
Yeah. There's no relation.
There's no relation. And the song is not about either one of these guys. Won't you come home, Bill Bailey? Anyhow. See, I threw it to you and you choked. Okay,
I've never heard of that song before.
Oh, now we're going to throw the old crap out, huh? Yeah, I'm going to show you the gut. Where's your foot?
Yeah, right next to you, but
So, yeah.
You want me to scream like a little girl? Well, just go ahead.
Anyhow, Rico Fernandez, he got on. He has a friend, Mr. Will Arroyo. I hope I pronounced that right, Will. I got the Will part right anyhow. Will,
I hope so.
Yeah, I've been practicing that too. Will's had a stroke and he's in the hospital. And he obviously, I don't know Will, but Rico must be a pretty good friend of him because Rico put it out there and wanted everybody to wish him well. And that's exactly what we're going to do is Will, our thoughts and prayers are out to you, buddy. The way I understand it, you're getting a little bit better, and that's absolutely terrific, and we're very happy about that. Yep, I'm very, very happy about that. And also tonight, we're having, you ready for this?
No.
Mr. Rick Bailey.
There you go.
Yep, he's the owner of Splatoons. He is the one that is making these delicious looking and terrific looking chocolate markers. That is solid chocolate. Now there's different flavors. I guess this is the blue flavor.
I have no idea.
I know.
Let me taste it.
Yeah, right. No, baby. So anyhow, yeah, he's going to have these up for sale here pretty soon. We're going to have Rick on here. Rick is the owner of Splatoons. Back in the day, he did a cartoon, a comic book that was absolutely terrific. And I won't get into why he stopped doing it because that's something if he wants to mention, I'll let him mention that. But anyhow, he got out of it for a while and he's getting back into it now. And he just sent me this. If you guys out there don't know what a storyboard is, a storyboard is the original draft for a comic book or any book, okay?
Or even movie.
Or even a movie, that's correct. And this is the on the 2000, the comic book 2000. He had me put into it on page 24. And he sent me the storybook There it is right there. Now, these storybooks, let me tell you, when you get something like this, these things are priceless. And he just sent me that, and I can't even begin to say how much I absolutely appreciated that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's just absolutely cool. And Rick's got about, I don't know, 500 things in the fire right now. And
Yeah, he does.
Rick's a heck of a guy. We're going to be bringing him up here shortly. And obviously, I'm wearing my Immortal Air shirt tonight because, like I say.
Oh, I am too. Oh, wait, no, I'm not.
Oh, that's right. You know what? I told him, get a magic marker and put it on your chest. He goes, no.
My chest is too hairy.
So, yeah, anyhow.
My chest is too hairy.
Oh, yeah, right.
It is.
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't need that. I don't need that. God, now you got me shaking over here, man. What the hell? So anyhow, yeah, I want to let everybody know too that we do have a cancer benefit coming up out here.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. September 19th. Rick, we talked to Rick Wilcox, and Rick says it's still a goal.
Right. It's going to be at Capitol Edge Paintball Park in Sacramento.
That's right. And which is a hell of a park, huh?
It is. And with
Dave Baines.
Yeah, and what Dave is doing is he's changing the field up to making it be different for. When you go to paintball parks and you go and you play the same old thing, same old maps over and over again, you get used to it. Well, Dave, he wants to do something for his players. So what he did was he created new maps. He tore a bunch of his old fields down and created new maps so you don't get bored of playing the same thing over and over again. So he created new ones. We got to get out there and
absolutely. I thought the field was terrific before.
Yeah.
And so now the way we haven't been there yet. So he's been doing a lot of upgrades on it. So, Dave Baines is, he's a player kind of guy. Plus, he's a player on top of that.
Yep.
Right. And he's really worked pretty hard at putting this thing all together. And then also, we are going to have the North versus the South.
And that's going to be at the new West Coast Adventure Park.
Anthony's Field.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's the game we were at a couple of weekends ago was Anthony's last game at that field. Now it's moving up north a little bit. And
it was actually last weekend.
That's what I said.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Anyhow, back to reality. Now, Freddy's right, though.
Mute.
Okay.
Unmute.
All right. Back to the show again. Okay. So, we told you everything that's going on up here. Rich Telford is in charge of that North versus South.
Right.
And we're going to have Uncle Kevin on later on. And Uncle Kevin and I are trying to put together the East versus West.
Right.
Yeah. We haven't even got the dates for that. We got a place we're going to do it, but we haven't even got the date set. And I'm already getting crap from everybody. Oh, the East is going to kick your guy's butt. Yeah. Because this guy's moving to Florida, right? He's moving to Florida just so he can play against
me. And Cappy Alvarez were born in New York.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah.
So, we are with Kevin Donaldson, okay?
Yeah.
And look, William Bailey's already giving me crap. He says maps.
That's right, William.
That's
right, William.
They're
right.
Maps. Okay? I don't care.
William's got
maps.
like 20, 30 guys ready to come down and whoop on you guys already.
He called me damn gamer. I can't play video games. I played video games for like 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah. He's got calluses on his thumbs. Come on, give me a break. I've only played for 20 minutes. You ever see his computer? People, you should see his computer. It takes about 3 hours to boot up because there's like 5 gazillion things on it.
Well, yeah, it's all like video editing software.
Oh, no, it isn't. Okay. I'll let it go. All right. So anyhow, everybody, I'm going to bring on a guy right now. I've known for a long, long time. He's a terrific guy. He does all kinds of things, but he does terrific comic books. I mean, terrific comic books. And he is the one that actually, if I can bend back over and grab this again, all these characters you see on this, after I open it up, this guy, I mean, he must have 60 different characters that he's put together, Fred.
At least.
Yeah, and he makes the chocolate markers. And he is going to, I've been talking to him, and I think I got him convinced to go ahead and sell the other storyboards. Because the storyboards, they are something else. Yeah, I know.
William Bailey, go back to Asteroids or Galaga.
See?
Oh,
Yeah. Let the heat begin, man. Move. Go on.
I'm
Go on,
telling
move.
you. I'm telling you. Man.
I'm gonna take my gout foot and I'm gonna go.
Okay. All right, everybody. So, without further ado, I want to bring up not just a good friend, but a heck of a guy. And I hope our feed's a little bit better. We had a little trouble with our feed earlier on, so let's hope it's a little bit better. But right now, I'd like to bring up Mr. Rick Bailey from Splatoon's Comics. Mr. Bailey, how are you doing?
Guys?
It's going pretty good. How are you doing this evening?
Awesome, man. Thank you for having me. I'm good. How are you guys?
Yeah. We're doing pretty good.
Except for me.
Yeah, except for him. He's still whining, Rick. Hey, anyhow, first of all, I want to thank you. I want to thank you very, very much for sending me that storyboard. That is just absolutely terrific. I appreciate that so much.
Well, you're welcome, Fred. I couldn't see it going. Like you're on it. You're like, who else would it send it to? It's up to have you on it. Like back in.
Let me start by saying, how privileged I felt that you put me in it to start with. Can you hear me?
It was fun. Yep. I'm like, I got to have a reporter on there. Well, who's the best reporter type in the industry back then? Mr. Schultz. Here we go. But listen, I wanted to show you this. The comparison here. That's page 23, the one prior to your page, and that's when Paintball Wizard first came into existence ever. So this one's worth a fortune. But look at the size difference, you guys. I'll back up a bit here.
Yeah, wow.
This one was a mistake. This is a professional blue line storyboard. That's actually page 1 of Equalizer 2. And there's page 2 of Equalizer 2. But the second one didn't get finished. I ran into a lot of difficulties there in my personal life, and it didn't get finished. But the Avengers is going to be a lot of fun bringing that out now. That's the good one. But as I said, this one here was done on the artist pad. It wasn't done on professional. So these are extremely collectible. Anytime there's an error in anything artistic, that error is to it's like, hey, look, Rick was an idiot back then. Didn't know what he was doing. Yeah. So what I'm going to do with the storyboards, I've had them for 25 years. I lost them for 5 years, but I left them at somebody else's home and had a falling out. And 5 years later, I went to visit Allison Champagne that built my website, and I was getting some mouse pads made and some mugs and some travel mugs, coffee. And all of a sudden, she left the room and she came back in with the portfolio with she goes, remember this? And I was like, what? Those were in your office all this time? I thought I'd never see them again. 15 years, at least 5 years.
That's very cool.
What I'm doing, I'm gonna have like a GoFundMe campaign on my website. So we're gonna offer version of the Paintball Universe 2000, the second printing. The first printing was 1,500 copies with no All Sport ad in it, no PepsiCo advertising in it. We went back to press. I went to the Open in Pittsburgh, the Zap Amateur Open, and Michael Gallietta was there from PepsiCo, and he was reading my comic, and he came over and talked to me, and I said, well, I'm going back to press to do 5,000 more. And that Tuesday, I received the color separations for his ad, and away we went to press. Did 5,000 more with some corrections in it. So those are both really collectible comic books. Like Guy Cooper, I sent him a case, but that's a very, very small run. So they're how many are left today? 2 or 3. Probably the rest are destroyed. Then the Equalizer came out, and like it took me 4 years to do the first one. The Equalizer took a year to come out, and we did 15,000 copies. Okay, so we're going to offer both of those comic books on a digital download, $5 each. I'm offering the 6 coloring sheets for $5, and we now have a memory game on there with a bunch of little paintball characters on to help with kids' memory, and their names are on it so that they can learn to read too, right?
Absolutely. Well, I hope you froze up on us a little bit, but if you can hear me, I know you're really big into helping the kids.
Yep. Right. So, anybody that sends $20, they don't have to give their information to go into the draw, but every storyboard, every 100 people that supports us with a $20 to purchase the 4 product gets into a draw to win one of the storyboards. Now there's 20 inside storyboards for each comic, so that's 48 storyboards. And then each winner of a storyboard will go into another draw to win one of the covers of the storyboard. So if, let's say Freddy there wins page 18 of Equalizer, and he'll go in the draw. If we pull his name for the storyboard for the cover, he'll get the Equalizer cover because he won the storyboard from that comic book. So he wouldn't win the cover Universe 2000.
Wow, very cool.
So that, that's going to be a GoFundMe on my website. The website's up now. We're just going through the process of uploading the comic books to her and the storyboards, the people for the, for the prizes. And there's also going to be 10 paintball chocolate markers that people can win as well. So you can go in for either draw or just order by purchasing the download and have fun. People have to catch up on what we did back in our day, Fred, so that before the Avenger comes out. The Avenger, I'm trying to have it ready for September 9th, which is the anniversary of my son passing away. And it's the cancer program you guys are having, the cancer. So I want to try and support that, give you guys some stuff that you can raffle off to raise some finance.
Yeah, Rick, I didn't tell everybody why, because I told them back in the day you had just a terrific comic book, and it was screaming. It was the coolest thing out there, but I didn't tell everybody the reason that you shut it down. But you just told everybody why.
Yeah, I walked away for a couple of years. Yep, I've been in and out. Like every time I say, the platoon freight train, even the station, it ends up being more like one of those trolleys. You got to pump it by hand to get down the track. I'll be flying, and then all of a sudden, but how many people I've exhausted on this program? Like we spent $100,000 over the years in, laptop or with the iPads, and they're going to do so much, and then they quit. They can't. I'm like, give you what I can. It's not enough, so I leave. So now I got a wonderful woman, Marvy.
Yeah, I'm pretty glad
she's. Sorry?
I said I'm really glad that we linked back up, you and I.
Yeah. I mean, it's not because we had a falling out. We just did life. I didn't know where you were. I never even thought. I wonder what the heck Freddy's doing now. I'll try and find him on Facebook. I've been so busy and focused on this program, this concept, and it's just it's been sacrificed, unbelievable. You wouldn't, people see me going to work, and I eat porridge every day for lunch because it's cheap. I don't need. I just powder milk porridge, and I make water with it, and there's my lunch, and away I go. So, but I was talking about Marvy there. I mean, she's lined up computer science graduate to help do the website, top notch.
Oh,
she's got a professional comic book artist drawing the comic book, top notch. She's got some animators lined up, and she's just a wonderful person. She's a graphic designer herself, and the kids, she's got great kids, a button machine. Sent it over to them. They make up little buttons for their own thing, or the odd time they'll do a Splatoons one. They're having fun with it, and they're learning commerce from it. And learning, If
You
somebody
put out
would-
a short. You put out a short. You put out a short cartoon also. That
I
I've
did,
seen.
yeah. I co-produced that with, Raymond Pang in Switzerland. Put that together using Flash animation, and I directed, and I'd keep contact with this. Can you do that? And changing it. He did a great job on it. It was designed purely to give a basic idea of the storyline without being a total spoiler.
Right.
So you see two of them come out of the box, and then you see the rest are silhouettes. So there's something. Originally he just had the silhouettes coming out. You got two in the cockpit scene later on in the short. So
Yeah, it was cool.
at least have those two in the paintball box so people can see they are something.
Yeah. No, that was it was absolutely very cool.
It was fun, and I put people in there. I put Pepascutia in it because he hooked me up with that was a writer from Family Guy, and I had a 2-hour video call with him, and it was good. He's like, Rick, you really know your characters. You know your characters well. You know where you can go. But he was just too busy. He was taking a year off because he had produced so much content. He was just burnt out. He was just going to travel Asia. So at some point he can come back in the picture. Who knows?
Well, I know that you and I got a few things going here, and like I say, I am extremely glad we linked back up. I was really surprised when you got a hold of me.
Oh, it was a no-brainer. It was like, holy cow! Only 25 friends. Fred Schultz has got only 25 friends. Is that the same Fred? I thought, and sure enough, there we go.
That was a good one.
We're going to make some good things.
I didn't think I had 25.
What was your first?
No, well, you count my mom.
It was 25.
25 years ago. Yeah, you and I go back. We go back to 2000.
1995 was the comic book.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2000. Yeah. That's what I say.
Oh my God.
That was a comic book.
2000?
Yeah.
He just said 90. Would you say 95?
Yeah, that's when him and I linked up and he did it. But the comic book is 2000.
Okay.
Am I right, Rick?
No, the title is 2000. No,
Yeah,
the title is Paintball Universe 2000.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
But it was done in 1995.
You didn't.
It wasn't done in 95, but
you didn't say that. You said, I was thinking it was the year.
You know what?
Be more specific.
I call that thing 2000 all the time. Whenever I talk about, I should have brought it down here tonight. You know what? My wife doesn't like me to take it out of the house. I brought it here last week, and she goes, "You better bring that thing back in one piece." I go, "It'll get back in one piece," Jeez. And so I couldn't take it tonight. And then I brought this out. And she was all over me taking this out tonight. She goes, "Don't you do anything to that. Don't you drop that." Yep. So I'm being very, very careful with it.
Yeah.
Well, Rick,
that looks good. It's a nice frame. It's perfect.
I love it. I just I can't believe you gave it to me because I know how valuable these things are, and I just really, really do appreciate it. So, Rick, we're going to put your website up, right? We're going to put it on Flagpole Productions and Freddy the Ref. And I can't begin to tell you, I appreciate it so very much you coming on tonight. And you and I talk every day. So, I know you got a gazillion things going on, but they seem to be coming through. You sent me some of I won't give it away what we're doing, but you did send me some artwork that was just really good. I appreciate the heck out of it.
Yep.
Definitely.
I'm pleased with it. Yep. Can I get before I go there? There's two people that want to say hello to Chi-Chi there in the Philippines, eh? Hi, Chi-Chi. Hey, Chi-Chi one. How are you? We're on an interview. You being a good girl for mom? See you. Bye-bye. I got those. I found those destroying.
Oh, you froze up, Rick. You froze up, buddy. All right, Rick. I guess we're gonna have to cut you off now because you are froze. I can't hear you.
Yeah. It's just all cut up. It's a connection.
Okay, well, that's it then. Use your magic finger. Here it goes. Yeah, he's good at cutting people off.
Oh,
yeah, you should see him on the
hell no.
highway. Yeah, I got to tell you. I mean, they call him Ditch because that's who he puts people in. No,
You might want to text him and tell him that we're because I don't know if he's going to know we're off the air.
we're off the air.
Okay.
Yeah, Rick said that was Mr. Rick Bailey. He's CEO of Splatoons Comics, and he's got some cool things going. Yeah, we couldn't talk about him tonight, as much as I definitely would like to, but I can't.
Yeah,
So
he's still frozen.
yeah. But people will, you'll see in time to come. Can you still see us? We had video issues.
When? Oh no, that was a private message.
Got it.
Private chat.
Okay.
That was from Rick.
All right. So, without further ado here, let's see, I got to give him a good build up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
This guy and I go back a long time. He was
Get the F-bomb counter ready.
Yeah, it wasn't my first sponsor, but he was one of my first sponsors, and absolutely in the top 2 best sponsors I've ever had. Period. And I am really, really happy. What do you think, Freddie? Do we feel privileged tonight?
Definitely privileged and honored. I heard this man on the phone, but I've never seen him like live because he doesn't do live.
He doesn't. He is now, though. You know why? Because his son John dragged his butt in there.
Suck it, Steve McGuire. I wanted to have Steve on the show, and he's like, "Oh, I'm out walking with a friend." I'm like, "All right, I'm going to tell Dan that you don't want to talk to him."
Freddie Bread. Freddie. Oh, that's what he said, not me.
No, I told that's
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So without further ado, we want to have on a special guest that, like I say, I can't say enough about him, but we're going to talk about him, and we're going to talk to him and his son. I'd like to welcome Mr. Dan Colby and Mr. John Colby from Immortal Air.
Hey guys, how you doing? How you doing? Good to see
Hey,
you.
how's it going?
Wow, you guys are looking great. Wow, you look like twins sitting there, just one old one and one young one.
Hey.
How you guys doing this evening?
Good, pretty good.
First of all, I want to start, guys, by thanking you so much for coming on. Danny, you and I go back a long, long time.
Yeah, we do.
And John, your son, is just a terrific kid. And, I'm glad to see him brought into the company and, taking charge. He's doing a pretty good job right now, don't you think?
Yeah, I do, Freddie. And I tell you, I could take it only so far. And with the technology today and computers and everything else like that, there's no way I can handle it. No matter how good, no matter what I had, this man, he carried us through to, from this time, forward.
Right.
I mean, so, yeah, I'm really lucky to have a kid, like that. Who would have thought, you know what I mean? But,
yeah.
He's a really, really good kid. I'm really proud of what he's done so far. And there's a lot of amazing things that we got cooking for the future.
I know you do. And, back in the day, I used to go in your shop down there in Chicago. And I got to tell you, man, you had it was something else. You knew your spring packs. You knew all of this stuff. And so, the knowledge now that you passed on to John is, and then, for John to build on is just incredible.
Yeah. Something, there's a wave of things, and you could see where we started and where we started moving past and everything we've done was directed by the need of the industry itself. So as a player, you'd hear what you needed, and then you would adapt your air systems to meet the needs of today's player. Back in the day, it was an adjustable rag, well, look at how the Fred Schultz signature series came about.
Yeah.
We needed to get away from the remote. We
Yep.
wanted to jump into an ion gun. So anyhow, to make a long story short, whatever it was, but the real cool and interesting stuff is where it's going to right now.
Hey, John, this is for John. John, this is the first Air America tank I ever had.
Oh man,
I still have my very first Air America tank. That's it right there. I shot remote.
that's fantastic.
Isn't that
That's
something?
historical. That's fantastic.
That thing was beautiful condition too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because it was on my back, John. I kept falling on my belly all the time. If I'd have wore this in the front, it'd have got smashed. Yeah, I treasure that. And then this is a new one I've got right here.
Awesome.
So, John, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of your products now and what you got going on, buddy?
Well, we kind of listened to what everybody had to say. You know, everybody liked the other tanks, the other regs, everything like that worked great. The biggest downfall was the fact that we didn't have a lightweight bottle option, but now we have a lightweight bottle option. So right now we are pretty much in line with everybody else that's offering these lightweight options, plus with the advantage of having a global bottle. But on top of that, we have a 38-year lifespan in the U.S. So 38 years in the United States. Most other places outside of the U.S., it's non-limited lifespan. So you want to play for 100 years, your bottle will work for 100 years as long as you continue getting the necessary safety inspections.
Real quick, John, you said a worldwide bottle. You want to explain to everybody out there what you meant by that?
Yeah, sure. So a lot of the bottles now that are available, they usually possess a DOT or TC certification on it, which is for DOT, Department of Transportation in the U.S. and Transit Canada for Canada. So if players want to go and use a bottle in Canada or U.S., they have to use a bottle that is stamped with that certification. Our bottles have a tri-label certification, which gives it actually ours are now UN ISO certified. So that allows you to use it in Europe, South America, Canada, basically worldwide. There's very little restrictions as to where it can go, and then even those places you can bypass it with, forms and all that fun stuff.
That's outstanding.
Real quick, did you want to bring Kevin Donaldson?
Oh yeah. Kevin Donaldson's out there waiting. We're going to bring him, and we're going to bring William Bailey on in just a little bit.
You want to bring him on with Dan?
Yeah, we're going to bring him
Kevin,
on
yes.
in just a little bit.
Yeah, Kevin.
So-
go ahead and
So Kevin, you betcha, buddy.
get set up.
Absolutely. Yeah. We're going to bring in Kevin Donaldson, and we're going to bring in William Bailey here in a little while. But we want to talk a little bit more about your equipment here first before we get down the line here too far. So tell me a little bit about your regs.
You want to give them some phone regs? Are you going to switch to?
Yeah, something, these regulators are a little different than the years past. Again, we developed these regulators with the need for the player. Okay, now everybody had a regulator. You screw it in the back of your ASA, and if you don't have proper lubrication on it, it's going to jam. You know that. Everybody knows that. Okay, it's galling. It's going to gall into your ASA. So what we came up with was wrench flats. Very basic. People don't think about it. It's like, well, it's a no-brainer, but it really helps a lot. You get your tank stuck on the back of your ASA, especially today because a lot of guys are running cockers, and then they're going to jump into their axe. So you got one at 500 pounds going output, then you got the other one at 850, and let's say you shoot a mag, and at 1100. Okay, there's another thing here what we really enjoy was an individual spring pack on the inside. So in case you're running, multiple guns, okay, so you can look in your toolbox and pick out a 550 spring pack, an 850 spring pack, 1100 spring pack, whatever you need immediately, right on the money. Slap it in there, you're in and out in a matter of 2 minutes, and then you swapped out the entire regulator, and you're good to go for whatever output you want. No more fumbling around. There's a lot of things that are important to this, the output. And, obviously today with the electronic markers, you got to have response time. You know what I mean? And you got to have stuff on point all the time. And if we were great back in the day, this just kicks its ass. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're really proud of what we got going today. There's a lot of stuff I like to talk to you about, on detail. But what happened is this, man. For every time I open up my mouth to tell people what's going on, I got my competitors writing this shit down.
Danny, I understand it fully. That's why I don't get too much into it. But everybody that just listened to what he just said and what John just said, This is why I like companies like this. I mean, you hear them wrap that crap off.
Yep.
And, you know, Danny, it went over my head, but it was beautiful.
By the way, Dan, I don't think it's crap. I don't think it's crap. I would never call it crap. This guy called it crap. I think it's amazing.
It is. You know, but see, that's what makes you guys so special. That's what made Air America so special back in the day, is you just knew your stuff. And, you know, now John, he knows his stuff now, you know, and that's why I like Immortal Air. And, you know, I'm a big Air America fan, and obviously Air America is now Immortal Air. But I just think that your tanks and your regs and the knowledge that you possess, both of you guys, is just absolutely terrific.
Yeah, I got the pleasure of meeting John at the Bay Cities Classic.
Oh, rub it in.
And I even got you on my video with your table with all the tanks laid out.
You came by and it was a quick little interview, and it was pretty cool.
It was really good. Yeah. Amazing tanks.
So hell, you actually talked to him, huh? Wow. Yeah, most people tell him to take a hike. That's pretty cool.
Thanks.
So Danny, what do you got sitting alongside you there? I see you guys got the two tanks in the front, and I see the marker. What do you got to your right? Your other right.
My other right. There you go. You know, this is just some of the stuff that we did back in the day. You know what I mean? That
well, show a little bit and explain it. You know,
well,
let John do too. People love to see this stuff, buddy.
We can get better info on this stuff.
well, you know, back in the day, you know, I mean, what we wanted is to get away from the remote system. Okay, and this was what we had right here, was the remote system. Okay, it was great. But then we're talking to you and listen to your advice, and man, you need to get this thing off your back, and you like to have it on your gun, so we listened to what you said. We came up with a cradle, a really simple thing, and put it on the reg, mount this onto your ASA, and you got yourself an on gun. And that was pretty much, you know, through listening to you and listening to what you were talking about and the needs that you were, you know, that you were experiencing, that you wanted to have. So
I appreciate that, Dan.
Not only that, this is an original, which I really love, because you can tell it's an original Fred Schultz because the signature is on the side of the regulator. Okay, and then you got the original Fred Schultz signature series cradle with your signature on it.
I got one of them.
Now, real quick, his wife actually did the signature, right? Because I've seen his signature. It's horrible.
Yeah, he told me
cool for me, man.
Yeah, he said my signature looked like a chicken with muddy feet ran across the paper or something.
Not wasn't that bad, man. No, seriously.
You know what? When you did that back in the day, it just floored me. I mean, I can't even say how that made me feel with you thinking that I was important enough to put my name on a part of your equipment.
Oh, you're very, very important, man. I mean, I really listened to you. You know, you were boots on the ground. I was listening to directly to you for the needs that people were talking about, because you're a competitive player, man. I mean, you were the man back then, you know what I mean? And you still are the man right now. If anybody's got a problem, I got a 77 across the head for him, okay? It's just what it was. And you know something? I knew whenever I heard anything from you, it was legit. So if you said, Danny, turn left, I know I could turn left. I'd be in good shape because you told me to turn left, and I would listen to you. And the same thing here, man. I mean, I listened to what you said, and yeah, you were very, very important back then, man. And you know, you meet somebody and you see the sincerity in them or not. You know, I mean, either they're a fluff and they're gonna fucking fly away from, you know, or a solid individual. You're a solid fucking good guy. So that's why we listened to you, and anytime that you had any suggestions or anything like that, we followed through with them because you knew what you were talking about.
Man, I can't thank you enough. Boy, you just, man, you left me lost for words, damn it.
No, right?
Yeah, I'm telling you. You know, John, I guess you were in charge of having these shirts made. Am I right?
Yeah, it was a collective effort. You know, I went about it one way, and then I had someone telling me, you know, that's pretty much shit. So you try it this way. And you know what? The way it turned out was actually really good. So between the effort that Anthrax put into it to give us this design and lead up to, the suggestions we had. The collaborative effort really pulled through for us, and we were really pleased with the outcome. So it's very safe to say that we're going to have other projects coming up pretty soon with Anthrax.
Yeah. These clothes are great, and the material is great too. And the layout on it's just great. Period. That's all I'm going to say. Kathy Alvarez is chiming in right here, and she absolutely loved it because you guys sent her one. You know Kathy, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, she's a doll. Just a terrific lady. Anyhow, her and I took pictures actually when we were up doing the big game.
Yep.
A week ago.
Yes, there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. Hey, look, he got a time frame problem here. But anyhow, we took a picture together, and I got to tell you, everybody was loving these shirts. And I just tell them, I said, you got to get on the Mortal Laird website, man. You want one of these bad boys? Get on there and get one because they are absolutely cool. It's like a breathable. Did you pick the fabric or did they pick that, John?
No, you know what? We kind of told them what we wanted to go with, and they said, you know what? We got an option for you that'll work real well. So this was more like their sport fit. So it's not as restrictive as some of the shirts that, are available today. Not everybody has, muscles everywhere and has got all their shit together. So it's better for some people that it's a good accommodating shirt all around. So
yeah, I like the print too. I think the print is great.
Yeah, it is.
It's just absolutely.
Everything on it stands out, and that's exactly what you want.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. And I want you guys to know I'm proud to wear it.
Thank you very much.
Proud
Thank you.
to wear it.
There's a big change from back in the day. I mean, back in the day, it was just a black shoe, white writing. And that was the best it's going to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then,
back then,
Yeah, I guess we didn't have too many options, though. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Now you look at this stuff and you're thinking, what the hell was that?
Yeah, no kidding, right? How about it? Yeah, this is pretty cool stuff,
It is, and John, that's pretty coll. That's bringing Mortal Air into different aspects of the paintball community too, with the clothes and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you're doing a good job, kid. I call you kid because I'm like 118. Your dad is like 116.
I'm pretty proud of him, Freddy.
Oh, you gotta be. You gotta be, Danny. He's I talked to him the other day, and just talking to him. First of all, he sounds like you too. You couldn't have got a son more like you if there was a cloning thing that you could have done. But he's a terrific kid, and he's got a terrific father. Danny. You and I traveled around a lot together.
Yes, we did.
And John, my daughter Jessica, absolutely loves your dad. I mean, I could tell you some stories. We did a tournament in LA. Your dad come out, right? So anyhow, I got to go get CO2 because we're running out of CO2. It's like 110 degrees out. And so I got to drive like 108 miles to get CO2 because nobody else is open. So I go to your dad. I go, Danny. He says, I got to take off. My daughter's like 11 years old, 10 or 11, something like that. I can't remember. I go, Danny, I say, I got to go get the CO2. I say, you keep an eye on Jessica for me? And he goes, hey, no problem, Fred. So anyhow, I come back and I go, hey, Jess, I said, everything okay? She goes, oh, yeah. She goes, I just love Danny. She goes, but boy, he sure cramped my style. And I go, he cramped your style? She goes, yeah. She goes, we even got an elevator. And I get in and he gets in and a whole bunch of people are ready to get in. And he just turns around and stares at him and they all step back. And we go up together. He says, I was afraid to talk to anybody, man. So Danny, she absolutely just loves you. And, I can't thank you enough for taking care of her that day, too. That was pretty cool.
Hey, she's a doll, man. And, I tell you, there's, we had a really lot of fun back then, and we had a lot of love and respect for each other and families. I mean, my family loves you, Freddie, and for everything, and that's your daughter. I mean, so, yeah, man, I'd lose a limb for her, in a heartbeat. So,
and for you, buddy, you know that.
Yeah.
That goes without saying. Like I say, I talk to everybody, but I've got very, very few, very close personal friends, and I kind of keep it that way, But I got to tell you, man, you're at the top two fingers. I won't tell you which one you are, but
most people I can tell you.
I love it. Well, you know what, guys? Hey, you guys are, Mr. William Bailey, right?
Oh, an amazing guy. Yeah, he's a great guy.
Well, why don't we drag him and we got Uncle Kevin on
Yep.
there? How about we drag him and Kevin Donaldson out here?
Hey, there you go.
Hey, guys.
Hey, William, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you
There you
guys?
go. How's it going, Kevin?
Hey.
Bill? There you
Uncle
go.
Kev. Hey, hell of a shirt you got, buddy.
Man, I'll tell you.
Great shirt.
The streets are pretty
Thank you,
safe
guys.
around now,
John,
huh?
Danny.
What do you say, Kevin?
Thanks.
How you doing, brother? I like
How's
that shirt,
happening,
man.
Danny?
I like that
Ugh.
shirt.
And look behind Bill, the Air America sign.
Oh,
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah, there it is.
Showing love.
Air America.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't it's like an immortal commercial or
Yeah,
anything,
this
do
is-
you?
yeah, this is-
No, not yet. There's Dan, you forgot one on your
Oh.
board.
There you go, the smart remote, huh?
Yep.
There you go. I mean, that's old. That there you go, CO2 days.
Yep. Yep. Don't need that anymore, thank God.
No, how about it? How
Yeah.
about it?
So how you,
Anything good, Kev?
how you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing okay. How about you guys?
Yeah, we're staying out of trouble, man.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, me. I might come in and out because I don't have 100% internet here. That goddamn hurricane knocked out my power for 5 days, and
Oh, wow.
it's like if I don't have enough bullshit with this fucking China virus, I got to deal with power out and cable out and
You don't have a backup generator?
generators. Fucking nonsense.
What's bad is we've got the China virus, and now we've got a storm we can't even pronounce. What the hell did they end up calling it?
Yeah, right. No
What's the
shit.
story with that?
God.
I couldn't even pronounce it. I mean, I've been around a long time. I never heard a name like
Yeah,
that.
it's
You know what I mean?
No,
How does shit-
I don't even know what the hell it's called. And I couldn't even get to my house. The trees were down everywhere. Fucking storm was like a half an hour, and it wiped us out here. There's still thousands of people with no power.
Wow. I seen a big 70-mile-an-hour windstorm that went through Chicago today. Did you guys get any of that, Danny?
Yeah, it wasn't. I didn't think it was all that bad. You know what I mean? They make a big. I don't know. Did you think it was that bad?
Was it yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah, there you go.
It came through. I mean, it was windy. I mean, at one point they looked up, the skies were pretty green, and I mean, it looked like there was a funnel cloud going. But I mean, it's Chicago, it's windy.
I
Yeah.
don't know, man. I really enjoy going through that shit, to be honest with you. I know it sounds stupid, but it is kind of cool. You know what I mean? Out there, it's really bad weather out there. I mean, it gives you that blood pressure. It just raises it up a little bit, like excitement. You know what I mean? So it's not all that bad. Could be worse.
riots aren't enough, eh, Dan?
No, they don't cut it no more, man. Bored. Really bored.
Damn. You're like Lieutenant Dan up on that mast. You want more crazy shit to happen. It's like, is this all you got?
Yeah, man, it is getting boring, so we gotta start stirring up some shit ourselves. I mean, get a big game going or something. Do something that's exciting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
Because
the
Well, I'm
Brian's
gonna see you guys in a few weeks in Chicago, right? You're gonna be at Badlands
Yeah.
for the ICPL Classic event.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it going to happen?
Oh yeah, they opened registration today.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they got, between the mayor and the governor and everything like that, man, you're not dealing with the old Chicago. You're dealing with a bunch of fucking marshmallows now. You know what I mean?
Oh, my
so,
God.
Absolutely
Hey.
right.
I got it worse because here in Jersey and New York, when I go to Chicago to play this event and come back, I have to quarantine for 14 days because you guys are on the shit list.
hey, thanks a lot. Yeah, we like that.
Do you really?
I have to quarantine.
Comfortable there.
So-
where
So I'm going to have like this fucking crazy ride out there, to sneak around it. We're going to rent a motorhome and I'm going to throw the whole fucking team in a motorhome and we're going to drive to Chicago.
Well, that sounds comfortable.
Oh my, dude, I don't even want to, I fucking hate that ride.
Wow. What's the date on that?
October 2nd through 4th.
In October, huh?
Yeah.
When's North versus South?
Yeah, that's I think the 11th and 12th, something like that. Yeah, so yeah, I might go back.
Well, they've got like 40 teams registered already.
Do they? Yeah, I hope that goes off, man, because I come back, I can see you and Danny.
Yeah, you should definitely, Fred. You'll see so many people. The Iron Men are all going, you know.
Yeah,
You'll see Rennick and you'll see all the old Aftershock guys, and it's a reunion, Fred. It's worth the trip.
Yeah, I just talked to Rennick the other day online, so it was pretty cool connecting with him again.
Well, you'll see all those guys. Everybody will be there. It's the who's who of paintball, you know.
It's funny when you mention those names, though, you know, because back in the day, you know, we just all kind of hung together, hated each other on the field, but you know, we're pretty civilized once we got past that line, you know.
Well, we can have a secret, you know, reunion of the NPPL revolutionaries.
There you go.
Because they're all there.
Yeah.
Tom Cole will be there. You know, you come, I'll be there.
Yep.
You know, a whole bunch of guys will be there, you know.
I talked to Tommy the other day, too. Yeah, he's doing pretty good. Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah, that would be great.
Hey, Fred, you better go to find out what Kevin's going to be paying Dan to play for him.
Yeah.
That way you can counteract. You know.
Why do you think I drew the line at Chicago? That's why I drew the line at Chicago.
Dan didn't tell you he's moving to Iowa? You didn't pick up on that, huh?
I've been getting Dan's mail at my house for the last 3 weeks.
You know, we're gonna have drivers. We're gonna have ID. Unlike voting, you're gonna need ID.
I was gonna say, ironically, I already have 4 of his ballots for this next coming election. So
Yeah.
I gotta love it.
This is something, man. I don't know what the fuck. I mean, what happened there? I mean,
The country's going to shit.
Yep, that's right, too.
The country's going to shit.
Hey, John, jump in there.
We gotta start an organization, you know, like Paintballers for Trump or something, you know?
I don't know anybody. Just
That's right.
paintballers for common sense is what we do.
Yeah, right.
Oh, there you go.
Paintballers for America.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
Shit.
You gotta love it. John, did you know you were going to get into this tonight?
I had a feeling. I mean, I know Kevin pretty well. I know Bill pretty well.
I'm not going to hold that against you.
I've had some long conversations in the past.
Yeah, this is probably not a great platform for that, huh? You know what I mean?
You see the people I love to associate myself with. Yeah, nothing but the best.
Well, absolutely. I mean, you know, taking a look at what the hell is really going on. I mean, it affects all of us, man. I mean, it's
it does.
baseballers and everything like that, man. You know what I mean? So, you know, I never, ever gave a shit about politics or anything. You know what I mean? I think I do my thing. If they stay out of my way, I'm good with them as long as they stay out of my way, right? So I never gave a shit about Republicans, Democrats. They're all bullshit, okay? I never cared. Well, they had those preliminaries, and they had when they all get together and they all talk about what they're going to do. Now, I got to tell you, man, I listen to it. I'm like, are you guys, what are you mentally fucking retarded? What's up? I mean, that's the first time I ever got interested in saying that these people really, you cannot allow certain people in the government. I mean, I don't know anything about politics, and I know that shit ain't right. You know what I mean? So you can like the guy, you don't have to like the guy, but he makes more common sense than anybody else does.
He does. He's not afraid to say it. See, that's the big thing. You know, that's been the problem. You know, people don't want to really speak the truth. They want to be so politically correct that it just keeps going downhill.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way I look at it anyhow.
You're right.
Robert Anderson just says, "Love you, Dan Kobe."
That's my man. Rob, hey, there you go, brother.
What do you say, Rob?
He also
Now that's a good man there, Rob Anderson. He's a good man.
Yeah.
Yes, he is, man. Yes,
he also said, "You ain't legit until you talk to me, you old farts."
That must be directed at you, Danny.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's exactly
That's
what
Dan.
for.
It's either you or Kevin. I don't know which.
Oh, I think it applies to every one of us on this screen right now.
Not me. Not me.
Not John.
Shit.
Yeah, John. John, me and
Yeah,
Fred.
John's the exception. John's the exception with all us old goats.
Well, half of us are the exception.
Oh, yeah, okay. You're a little gray in the beard there, Bill.
That's genetics.
That's right.
Yeah,
You know, do like I do. Just because there's snow on the roof doesn't mean the fire's not in the hearth. That's right. That's why I always tell them, if you want to go home, tell them an old man kicked your ass.
Oh, Jesus.
You know,
Yeah.
What do you guys think of John working with Dan like that and the things that he's actually doing for Immortal Air? Is that something?
That's awesome.
John's awesome.
Isn't
John
that
is awesome.
You gotta.
I'm so
He's a
happy.
chip with the old block.
Yeah,
Just like his old man.
Yeah, I told him they look like a clone, doesn't he? He's
That
just
poor
a
kid.
young virgin, man.
That poor kid. Poor kid.
No, man, not at all. He's a lucky kid, and you're a lucky dad. That's for sure. Because, you know, I mean, he's the next generation. You know, without guys like John, you know, I preach this all the time to all my young friends. You know, without guys like them, paintball would die out.
Yeah.
You know, because we're not going to live forever. That's for damn sure. You know, we're on the downhill side of our life. And guys like that are the guys that are going to carry the torch for paintball in the future. So it just makes you proud that they've got the right concept and the right vision to carry the sport farther than what we have taken it so far.
I agree with you 100%. I mean, you know, legitimately, I think we brought to the table a lot of stuff in our age group. Communication, number one. I mean, we could go anywhere, any place, at any time, talk to any group at any corner, and, you know, without hesitation. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't see that kind of communication today with kids today. You know, a lot of stuff is texting and stuff like that. When we got into paintball, man, it was an amazing time, really great thing. You know what I mean? And great guys all over the country, man. It was just amazing to see you walk in and people would consider you little tougher than us, goofing around a little bit more, a little goofier than the next guy, and then all of a sudden you get in paper and you go, holy shit, they're all like a brother. You know what I mean? Everybody got put into anybody in paintball, in my experience, for the majority of the people that I've met in paintball, they were super cool people. All in the same mindset, all ready to go at any given time. Let's just jump to it and do it to it kind of guys. And that's what I love to paintball, man. There ain't, it's like anything else. You get a few bad, you know, a couple guys here and there, but the majority of them, there you go, man. I think this is the best thing I ever did in my life was paintball. Changed my entire life. It was the greatest thing. And what it is to keep it on track is I couldn't keep that up. I mean, there's only so much technology I could, you know, obtain. And then you give this shit to John. It's like a rat's nest of shit, right? I give it to John and this fucking thing do this shit.
Texting like this. I know.
It's fucking good. You know what I mean? So it's just, man. So yeah, yes, absolutely. I need this guy. I can't even get into my Facebook account without him. You know what I mean?
You know, I was just telling somebody the other day, you know, how blessed I felt about the people that I actually knew, like, you know, and I didn't know William there, but I'm glad I met him. But, you know, back in the day, you know, guys like Kevin and guys like you got to remember when I first started this and I'd travel, I tell people, they go, what do you do? And I go, I play paintball. And they go, ping pong? And I'd be, no, not ping pong, paintball. And they go, oh, the war games. And man, I can't tell you how hard I worked to get the war games out of any conversation that ever started that way. And I tell them it's not war games, it's capture the flag. It's fun, period.
You know, and it's cool, but you realize this is the only sport that you had every single buddy was like a small person of trying to give like a infomercial of what they do. And they all try to change it from gun to marker, war games to paintball. You know what I mean? Yep. I mean, you hit some people that like that the whole aspect of just, you know, the other side of it. But the people that really saw paintball for what it was and want to move it forward were the guys who changed that, you know, from gun to marker.
Well, you know, the marker, the thing that you just said, you go back and look at Paintball News, you know, because I used to write for them. All mine back in the day were markers. I started doing that, and people would get a hold of me and they go, what the hell is a marker? And I go,
That
well,
was probably one of them.
yeah, you could have been. No, but, you go back and you look at the paintball news and stuff, and even in the APG when I used to write for them, I never ever had gun. It was always marker. Period.
Right.
And
Well, you know what? It's a gun. It's always been a gun. It's always going to be a gun. All that marker nonsense
guns.
never changed the thing.
Not to the general public, though. My whole thing back then.
You know what? It never changed anything, Freddie. It never got us on television. It never got the Boy Scouts to be able to play it. It never got, that's the reason it stagnated. It's because people still, you call it what you want to call it, to the public and the liberal public, it's still people pointing guns at each other.
Right.
Regardless of what you call it.
It changed the whole concept of it. When I did the ESPN show, those were guns, but you never heard anybody say gun. You heard them say marker. Number one show for the entire weekend on ESPN.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I got proof of it. No.
I know the show was good, but that whole marker thing always, to me, look, it's always been a gun. It's always going to be a gun. That's it. I'll never. I hate calling it a marker.
Into it though,
Look at what they do with the camouflage. Just get rid of the camouflage and walk around in bozo suits. You know what I mean? Bright fucking shit like that, man.
That's because
tiger stripes. I wanted to wear.
Well, that's because that generation grew up with the Power Rangers.
He's absolutely right with that too. Yeah.
Well, they evolved from airball fields too. You don't see them. Yeah. You don't see the clown suits in the woods playing.
No, you first you did.
No, you want to know something? You're starting to see a lot of camouflage on the airball fields too.
Yep.
You can't move the camouflage, man. I'm gonna see one way or the other with the airball, but it takes a different animal to play airball than it does with
it's different.
What I mean? So I don't know, man. I mean, if you're a little muskrat and you want to run behind a little bunker, that's cool. I'd rather trample through the woods, man.
Hey, look,
all day long. Yeah, I like the crawling. I just liked everything about playing in the woods, except the poison oak. That's the only thing. I always got the spot that had it too. I don't know.
Yeah.
After you get it like 10 times, you don't get it you get immune to it. So you got to go out that first weekend in spring and just like rub it all over you. And after a couple of weekends, you don't get it anymore.
I always run into the yellow.
That's a hell of a theory.
I always run into the yellow.
Dr. Kev.
Kind of like what we should be doing with the virus, herd immunity.
That's what I say. I mean, my vote's for you, Kev. Fuck Fauci. We're going with Donaldson.
They're gonna call game on at the big game, and Fred's gonna be right there at the starting base, just looking at all the green shit. He's not gonna be moving anywhere.
Never bothered me. I wasn't allergic to any of that.
It's like ref. What is that? Ref. What is that?
I would run by it and get it. We did a tournament up in the hills here in California, and the flag was up on they had the flag station up on top, and we worked our way up, and I snatched the flag, and I slid down this hill, probably, I bet you every bit of 50 yards down this hill. It was steep as hell, and I hung the flag, so I'm all happy as hell. Next day, my whole back, my leg, my butt, my shoulder, everything, right through my clothes. I had poison oak everywhere.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep. I mean, it was just miserable.
It is.
Yeah, I look like the Michelin Man. My wife had all this calamine lotion and crap all over.
Yeah, but you explain that, but what people can't get out of that is the absolute fucking pounding of your heart as you're fucking sliding down that hill with the flag in your hand, ready to
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's an experience that they can't get. They hear about the calamine and the itching, but they'll never get the thrill and the fucking heart pounding, man, as you're fucking sliding down an area, gonna hang a flag or being pursued under heavy fire. They get better than that. You know what I mean? So yeah, and that's why paintball's paintball,
Yeah. Hey Dan, at Monte Casino at Paintball to Go, the big hill behind the Abbey, on the backfield, sliding down that thing is crazy. But they built the Abbey now almost right up against that.
Now I tell you something. That is one hell of a field. That is like really of all the fields I've ever been to. And I mean, no disrespect to anybody out there. You guys all got great fields, but that was like the baddest, coolest field I ever been to. They have like a subterranean type of fucking existence down there. You know what I mean? I mean,
It's
which
weird.
is really cool because it's a really hard area to take.
It's like an 80-foot drop off.
Yeah,
except it's at an angle, and you can slide down it or crawl up it if you want. You really can't get hurt. And then the trees are huge; they're all Fat Man compliant, so you can stand. You can stand on top of that ridge and shoot out 300 plus feet with a regular gun, and you'll still hit people. Because it's so damn far. It's crazy.
It's amazing. It is amazing. And, you know, all the fields, I mean, they gives you opportunity. You know, the whole thing cool about paintball is diverse terrain.
Yeah.
You know, shit you've never been to before. You know, I want to conquer that. You know what I mean? So
it's to experience all these maps.
Yeah.
Maps.
That's where the woods ball comes in, man. You know?
Absolutely.
I go by the noise. Wherever that noise is, we're headed towards it. You know what I mean? And, you know, I don't know about maps, and they have, you know, things to do, you know, like missions.
Yeah.
A lot of guys go get the missions, go do your thing. Me, I want to shoot you. You know what I mean? So that's the game. You know, so to get together with you, let's say Kevin, Freddy, I mean, John, my son John, to get out there and I mean, that paintball could go really. In the people, Joe and Angie, amazing people.
Yeah,
so you know, it's almost like going back in the time to where they really, really go out of the way to please each individual person. You know what I mean? That's how attentive they are to everybody there. And there's hundreds of people there, but you would think you're the only one there. The way they treat you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And what field do you do that at again?
That's Paintball to Go. It's in Rude House, Illinois. It's our Monte Casino game. And
no, I know about the game, but I don't know. I've never been to that field. I'll have to come out to your next Monte Casino game.
Yeah, it's
Kevin,
old school.
Check it out.
You would not be disappointed, man. You would not be. And Freddy.
Everyone's genuine.
This one this year until you guys canceled it.
Yeah, next year.
Yeah, well, you know, especially, you know, Danny, Kevin, and Bill going to be there. You know, I'll be there.
Yeah,
I can't actually wait to link up with Kevin. You know, I talked to Kevin, you know, and we look at each other and stuff. But you know, I want to shake his hand again, like I did, you know, 100 years ago. Because you know, when we went back to the World Cup, you know, John, this is probably way past your time, but when we went to the World Cup back in the day, I met him. He wasn't even playing. He was actually the refs out there. And he just came up so cordial. Actually, your whole team did. You know, everybody on the Blasters, I could never say enough about, period. You know, Jimmy Anderson and I didn't start out good, but we ended up the best of friends.
Good
and he was. And, you know, I loved seeing Jimmy. I really do miss him, too, because he was a good man. Very, very good man.
He was my partner in crime for years.
Yep, but the respect, that I have for the Blasters and the respect I have for Kevin Donaldson is immense.
Thank you, Freddie.
You deserve that.
It's mutual respect. Everybody on here I respect. My buddy Danny over there, nothing but love for him. John, awesome guy. Freddie, even you, Freddie. The ref.
There you go, right on. See, I told you I'd get you into the stare. We're trying to get him into the mix. He goes, nobody likes you. I go, no, your mom loves you.
No, man, he's a good guy too. I look forward to meeting Freddie, especially when he's playing for me in the East versus West game.
Me and Kathy.
Wait, you just slide them digs in there so good, man.
In fact, Danny and John are playing for me too, right, Dan?
I'm an official member, you said, right?
There you go.
You're damn right.
Kathy Alvarez says you guys have me in tears. So, you must be talking about somebody, maybe your looks. No?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, right.
Hello, Kathy.
Yeah.
That's good people right there. Kathy Alvarez.
Yep.
Shout out to Kathy.
You got, and Brownie Brown. Does anybody know Brownie Brown? Because
I know Brownie Brown. Shout out to Brownie too. He's another good guy.
He said hello, guys. Please say
He's
hello.
a rep. He refs a lot of events. You know, he refs NXL. He refs a lot of local events here. Good guy. I haven't seen him lately, but I'm sure I'll run into him shortly.
All right. Yeah, Kathy goes, that's right. East all the way.
Brownie Brown, he's East too. If he's going to come to the East versus West game, he'll be playing for me also.
Hey, can you imagine the people that are going to be at that thing?
Oh, wait, hold on.
Once we finally get a date and start promoting it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a go with Tim. We just got to get the date with that bad boy now, and yeah.
Hey, Kev, I'm a little slow on the uptake here. You said listen, I'm honored to be part of the Blasters, to play with you and the Blasters. Absolutely, man. Honored. Okay? But if we got to play and Freddy is there, man, I got to get a pass, brother. I got to be with Freddy, man.
You can't. You're gonna have to move. You're gonna have to move.
Oh, Kathy, eat your heart out on that one, baby.
Oh man, I looked at John. I didn't catch it at first, and I'm like, man, Kevin's gonna shit.
I'm deleting your phone number right now, Colby.
I don't blame you. But man, I had to say something. I don't want to sound like
Wendy, do me a favor. Go grab me that ninja shirt out of my closet.
There you go, touche.
Oh shit!
Like stepping on your dick, you know.
You gotta love it when the train gets off the track like this, you know.
I just thought of it. Sorry, Kev.
Oh my God!
It's all right, Danny. It's okay.
Well,
you just watched the show, right?
Our show has turned into an hour and 17 minutes so far.
Oh well, sorry.
Yeah, never sorry. Kevin, yeah, you know what? I can't thank you enough for coming on tonight. You know, I like having you on every week, and same way with Bill Bailey. You know, you guys are a kick. We bring you two guys on. Him and I just kind of kick back and let you guys shoot.
I'm just enjoying the ride.
Well, now that Dan and John have come out of the Stone Age, they can join us more too.
That's what I was just going to say. And the cherry on this Sunday is Danny and John. Man, those two guys on tonight.
Did you see what Kathy said?
What Kathy say?
She goes, so Dan, if you're going with him, then we get John.
She wants John on the east side. Then
we get John.
I could come out and play.
I guess that's fair. I guess that's fair. I think it's been shooting me for a long time.
You're my
Look, I don't care. I don't care where anybody plays. We're all going for a reunion. We're all going to play some paintball. We're all going to see each other and have a good time. Danny, you play wherever you want to play.
You're just looking forward to the barbecue.
Yep. I'm going for the party, you know.
There you go.
And it doesn't matter whether you play for me or not. East's winning anyway, so it doesn't matter.
That's probably the most.
I tell you, no matter what happens, man. I mean, I swear to God. I mean, do you really, other than something significant like I never had a bad time. You can't beat the game. Once you get past everything and you get to the field, it's right on. Now it's like game time. You know what I mean? Everything's good.
But look at this group of guys. I mean, and this is only 6 out of 500 people that would be there. So, and the other 494 are going to be cool.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I want to play with you too, Freddie, you know? I've never played with you.
Oh, yeah.
You will. You play with me.
No, you're talking about the real Fred.
No, I'm talking about the tall Freddie.
Oh, the tall Freddie. Oh, I'm sorry, Fred. Fred.
You mean the Fred with no hair versus Fred with hair? Okay, gotcha.
Hey, Kevin.
Kevin, I love you.
Yeah, well.
Hey, Kevin, I think if John does play for you, that's probably the most political correct thing that's ever came out of Chicago.
Oh, we'll be on each side. Oh, you gotta love it.
You might have a point there, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm thinking so. That's pretty damn fair, you know.
God,
It's going to be a good time no matter what. I don't care.
hey, you
I,
know,
I
don't
look
care.
forward to it.
anytime that I get to shake your hand again face to face is going to be a good time for me.
It's been a long time.
Yep.
It's been a long time, Fred, since we've been, next to each other.
At least we're connected right now. So this is a start, buddy.
Yep.
Well,
The cool thing about this is once we do see everybody and everybody guys get together, we're going to be talking so much shit between us. The whole day is going to go right past. We'll never get
I won't even get around you guys unless I'm on stilts.
Yeah. But, hey, Dan, what's the date? Is it at Badlands where the tournament's being held at?
Yeah, it is.
October 2nd through the 4th.
Okay.
Hey, you're going to be there, right, Kev?
Oh, absolutely.
Right on.
Hey, Bill, are you going to be
Yeah,
going
I got my whole team going. We're playing it.
Good deal.
Do what, Dan?
Are you going to be up there?
I don't know yet. I'll have to look and see what's going on. I'm actually going to go on vacation up in California here in the middle of September.
Why?
But we'll be back
Why?
to see all my friends.
Come out and see me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See a couple of the fields, have some fun. But
I'm leaving and you're coming? What the hell?
There's a reason for that. I try to tell you.
What's funny, coming across from last September, coming across from Arizona into California, there's that checkpoint where they check you for whatever you're hauling. Yeah. And I was like, oh shit, because down the road we'd stopped and moved some stuff around the back, and I'd placed a case of about 1,000 rounds of 9mm on top of my cooler. And I'm like, them fuckers are gonna look in the back and open that damn can, and they're gonna shit themselves. And I'm like, the whole time I'm just holding the fucking wheel, and I'm like, oh Jesus. And when we got the buds, I was like, here, bud, you can have this ammo because I don't want it going back, just in case something crazy happens. I said, I forgot it was in there.
You got to see.
I hate when you misplace 1,000 rounds of 9mm.
It happens, dude. I broke my toe the other day. I had a 40-pound case of munitions fall out of the back of my truck. It actually broke my toe.
Oh,
sometimes it's just it's for the cause, Bill. You know what I mean? That's always worth it.
Well, you never know what you're going to run into now, so I try to keep shit with me. You never know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got to see what I'm hauling across.
What I like is it's a Class F carrying that RPG in the back seat, man. I like that.
Yeah, there's one in here somewhere. I don't know.
Danny's the only guy who know what a car with a turret on it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
gotta have fun,
Right.
There might be one in there. I don't know if you can see that.
Hey, there you go.
Oh yeah.
18-4 is Captain said if you could get it home, you can have it. And I smiled.
And there it is.
Well, the original got stolen. One of my friends gave me that one, but my original one actually got stolen. So that kind of sucked, but I got it back. I know this. I know the story behind it. So
At least you got one.
Yep.
Right on, guys.
What do you call it? That you see what happened over in Beirut.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That ammonium nitrate.
Yeah.
Oh,
man,
I gotta tell you, there was a hell of a we gotta get some of that shit, guys.
Yeah. Let me park my ship here for a year.
Yeah. But you notice no U.S. Marines were injured in that explosion.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
How do you misplace
For the first time ever?
Yeah.
That's it. All right, guys, we're gonna have to call it a night. Kevin, thank you so much for coming on, buddy. We appreciate it very much.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right,
My
we'll
pleasure.
have you on next week. We'll see you next week, buddy.
Excellent. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Great to see you all. Good to see you, Bill.
Good to see you, Kevin.
See you, Kevin.
Danny, Johnny, thanks again for the shirt.
Freddy, you bet. Anytime.
All right, my friends.
All right, take
All
care,
right,
Kevin.
Mr. Bailey. You
Yep.
have a good evening, and thanks for jumping in, buddy.
Yep. No, thanks for
Good
having
seeing you,
us out. And see you guys. See you, Dan. See you, John.
Take
see you,
care,
Freddy.
Bill.
See you, Fred.
See you, man.
All right, man.
All right,
Stay safe.
Take
All
care,
right, buddy.
Fred. Freddie.
All right, Danny and John, I got to tell you guys, you made the evening. I mean, all you guys with Kevin and Bill and you guys have just been nothing short of terrific. But I just want to give you a special thanks for coming on tonight, because I know you guys got your stuff all set up, and you know, John, you're a terrific kid. You really, really are, and I can't even thank you enough for taking care of the old man like you are. It's just absolutely terrific. I have nothing but tons of respect for you, and that's something you earned with me, believe me. And we just appreciate you guys being on tonight. Am I right?
Most definitely.
I mean, and so everybody, you know, everybody, Chick Estrada just says, great show as always. And you know what? You guys helped make that show.
Well, thank you. It was an honor. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, well, I hope we can have you guys on again, man. You know, you have an open invitation on this show anytime you guys want to jump in.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Freddie.
All right, guys. You have a good evening and stay safe. All right.
You as well.
Good. Thanks,
Okay,
guys.
guys, later.
All right, man.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye now. Well, I got to tell you,
That was awesome.
that was terrific.
That was awesome.
Kevin is funnier than shit, man. Hey, Kevin just cracks me up. And him and Danny.
Yeah, him and Danny.
And Bailey. My God, that's like, you know, you could take those guys on the road and make some money.
And the best
They are funny.
and the best part about it is Steve McGuire wasn't a part of the show. Ha ha.
Oh, well, I think the bread jokes are going to slow up a little bit now, you know. Yeah. You know, and real quick out there, everybody, you know, Freddy's moving here in a couple of weeks, and we've been working really hard. We've got a GoFundMe thing on Facebook.
Yeah, it's actually a Facebook fundraiser.
Like I said,
Yeah, I had to GoFundMe, but since nobody got no traffic, so they shut it down.
yeah. So anyhow, this is going to go to the highest bidder, the highest contributor.
Right.
I meant, yeah. And, you know, everybody out there, you know, Freddy's worked for a lot of years, especially here in Northern California. You know, there's a lot of people in Northern California here that he's put on his tapes and he's showing it. He's put on his site. He's promoted them. You know, I just think you guys, you know, if nothing else, you know, all you have to do is, you know, throw out $5, you know, I mean, you get 500 of you guys doing that, and he's showing a lot more than 500 of you people on his videos, believe me. I just think that, I think that we should give him a hand. I've already given him a hand. I'm working on that also. And a couple other people really have too. And I just would like to really see the paintball community as a community step up and help him to make his move so it's a little bit more comfortable for him, because it's not a very cheap move. And if he doesn't move, his mom's going to come out here and slap the crap out of him. So he has got to go back there because he's already told her. So, you know, if you would just get on, you know, I mean, $5 isn't going to kill you guys. $10 isn't going to kill you guys. You know, everybody that you know that he's been out there filming and helping you guys, let's give him a hand a little bit here. You know, the guy's not asking for anything. I'm asking for him, period. And, you know, you get the chocolate marker. He's going to throw in some other stuff here, you know.
Got T-shirt,
Freddy Ruff T-shirts.
barrel cover, lanyard, stickers.
So, you know, let's just jump in and give him a hand here. We've only got 2 more weeks.
We go live. We go live on the 25th.
Yes.
To announce the winner.
And that's it on the 25th. So we only have a couple more weeks. So everybody, let's jump on and give him a hand. Can we do that? Come on, let's show him how much we appreciate the last 7 years that he has done for you guys out here.
I'll post up
All
I'll post up a link to the page or to the fundraiser in the description as soon as we get off here.
And then also we're going to post up Mr. Rick Bailey's site so people can get on that for the Splatoons. And we want to thank Rick so much for being on tonight also. I wish the feed was a little bit better.
Yeah.
It was just kept chopping in and out. But, you know, I guess it is what it is. But Rick is a very good person, and we appreciate very much having him on. And we appreciate everybody that was on tonight. And we appreciate everybody that watched us tonight and chimed in. And I just can't thank you guys enough for how you make us feel watching our show like this. So, you know, we're just trying to bring just a little bit of paintball news, a little bit of laughter,
entertainment.
And we're just trying to bring it to you,
especially in this time.
Exactly. And so, you know, for everybody out there, I want to say, please play hard, play safe, play fair, stay safe, and until next Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock Pacific time, be back to watch Mr. Fred and Friends. Until then, you stay safe.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.